Wait, can I get it on my... Yes! And that will counter the music. Hello, everyone! Welcome back to some more Let's Play Disco Elysium. In the last episode, we picked up this amazing boombox, and we listened to a tape, a conversation between at least the person who hanged himself talking to someone, mentioning that he would rape the girl in the whirling rags, the girl that was telling us that she was having a consensual relationship with him. I think that it was him just full of bluster, because we don't have the context of the conversation. We only have some statements made. So, and his statements, that what he made, were not... I don't know how, like... I don't know how you can say this. You'd have to catch him in the act, wouldn't you? Or she'd have to report that it actually happened. And that did not occur. So I feel like this is a bit odd. Unless the Hardy Boys are trying to... Oh, the Hardy Boys are trying to clear their name, saying, no, this is totally the case that it actually did happen. But I don't know. Their case is falling apart. Everything they've told us has been lies so far. Or at least not the truth. Well, as far as they are aware. Watch this song be copyrighted, too. Okay, we don't need this on inside here. Okay, there we go. Alright. So, let's confront Clage again, and see what she says about this. And we still have another 4.5 hours of day 2 to do. My goodness. After this, we might go back and talk to Joyce some more. We will see. Oh, can I take some of her empty bottles if I have this equipped? Am I allowed to do that? Because I see at least 1 or 2 here. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, 30 more cents coming up. That's more like it. Okay, let's head upstairs. We'll keep our amazing tar bag with us as we look for more change. Oh, hello, what is this? Wait, I couldn't look at whatever it was. We're going back, everyone. We're going back. Unless there's a bottle up here. There's no bottles up here. Alright, hold on. We're going back. I want to see what that was on the floor. Last time we were here, when we examined this window, we got the... Oh, is this lead me to this outside? Is that what that does? You're in the way, Kim. All right, thank you. Let's see. Does this bring me just outside? Oh, okay, that's all that is. I thought that was something special. I thought the floor mat was something special we could examine. I didn't realize that was the zone transition thing. All right, hello, Clage.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Look her in the eye. We'd have to pass a check with that. Let's try this. So, alright, so first off, hello everyone. Welcome back to some more Disco Elysium. Right. What is this about, even? I guess we're looking to see if she's telling us the truth. With a volition check. We could get a 50% or 57% chance if we healed that morale one. But we're not going to. We'll try this. Look her in the eye. She looks back. Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile. Suggestion. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. Drama. We will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise. What's her chemistry? You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit. What is happening? Nothing. Just time passing. Don't worry. Authority. You are not a fool. Perception. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified. Endurance. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beeps. You are a detective. Get back to detecting. Avert your eyes. Alright then, well that was a miserable roll. That was Snake Eyes rolled. I think that was our second Snake Eyes of the attempts of the playlist. Okay. Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape. She puts her coffee cup down. With a soft ring, the porcelain meets the table. This does not surprise her. Did he? A smile flits across her face. I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me. On this tape, he specifically identifies you as a target. Well, but he didn't do anything. We don't arrest people for things they don't do. If the intention is that if someone says they're going to do something, but then they don't do it, are they arrested? Yes, possibly, depending upon what it was. Terroristic threats? Suddenly, I have a lot more to think about in regards to this. This is not so black and white. Where did they say Where did they get this recording, exactly? It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough. She arches her brow. Does he say he's going to do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Those are the exact words he used. Yeah, that was practically his pickup line. She picks the cup back up. A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant. Did he say whores a lot? He was pretty much on the verge of doing it Li Shimin style? Yeah, Li Shimin was mentioned. He wasn't exactly there. He didn't go do a tour, or at least he didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Li Shimin. It was his everything. Why does he say things? Do you think he was trying to scare? No, I don't think he was trying to scare people. This was just his way of talking, of being a badass, probably. Why say things like that? Machismo? Yes, was he bragging? Oh, no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. He integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living, until they just sort of turned into his... What's the word I'm looking for? Coping mechanism? Running joke. I was gonna say running joke, and it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Semenez conflict, the Limshim massacre, at the 36th famine in Yusut, all rolled into one person, then cast in Orange's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower. You like this kind of stuff. We're all scraping up any happiness we find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Leishman here. Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? Here in Martinez, I mean. No. We were too busy laying waste our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed... She thinks. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease, as much as a man like him could be. Suggestion. There is a small measure of pride in her, that she could quell the rage in such a being. Logic. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it. Thank you for clearing that up, miss. He turns to you. Whenever you're ready, I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now. She takes a very small sip of coffee and smiles. Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim? Like, for example, his name. Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lille. A nickname, I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use. Lelystad. That's a good start. Lieutenant writes it down in his notebook. Then tears out the page and hands it to you. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer. The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded in neatly blue ink. Inland Empire. The last missing pieces of a puzzled flesh. The tattoos! The tattoos! Oh wait, no, we already... Yes, the tattoos. He had a tattoo. What did it mean? Oh, she smiles. That. Suggestion. It's clear she liked it. That's fine. She's allowed to like the tattoo. What did it represent? Do you know? It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly showing off to chicks, though. Oh? How so? How? She leans back. Imagine him lying in bed, freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course, tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. Is this orange lit? Don't interrupt. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like... She points at the air with her sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star. What was this, baby? And he says... She lowers her voice comically. That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that. So she goes, okay, but what's this, baby? And he's like, saw some bad shit there, killed some loincloths. And so it goes, star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them. You were the woman in this? Oh, yeah, she nods. Can you tell us precisely what these mean? Hand her the photo. No, thank you. She does not take it. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them. She pours herself some more coffee. Go on. He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orange needed some people killed. So they turned him into a grotesque killer for money. He went to Killer Academy in Verdfort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands, and on other islands too. All the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Thank you for clearing that up. She looks over her shoulder to the sea, then back at you, smiling faintly. Change the topic, perhaps? Where is Lelystad? The place, I mean. In Orange, officer. It's a... I think municipality is the term? A nowhere town there. You were almost right, officer. The lieutenant shakes his head, like you just missed a shot in the darts. That means his race was Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form. Look at Clage. You were both from Orange? Yes, we were compatriots. Did that bring you together? No, he was too old for that, and from another part of Orangefric. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Orange, it was bad habits. Sex. Alcohol. Yeah, electrochemistry, yep, that would make sense. And speed. Yeah. Speed. Probably also sildenafil. Yes, don't forget the speed. Speed is very important. They mentioned the speed, electrochemistry. They mentioned the speed. Could it be that love did him in? It very well could be, yes. What do you mean? What do I mean? She raises an eyebrow. I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean? Okay, then. Another question. I'm not going to mention that the corpse talks to me. Of course, she says quickly. We ordered a toxicology report. Any idea what that will show us? A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. She grins. I can't pronounce these things, everyone. Barbiturates, amphetamine, sildenafil. Hear that? Sildenafil, just like you suspected. You have a great nose for this stuff. Electrochemistry, what is that? It's for maintaining an erection. Uppers are vasoconstrictors, so that feat becomes problematic. Okay. And why do I know this? Because you're a scientist, of course. How much does that toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it for half of that. Save you some money? Make some myself? It's quite expensive, miss, but we'll manage without your help for now. How old was he, miss? He was 42. 42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50. I think we said 44. He had many scars that made him appear older, but no. The memory makes her smile. We even celebrated his birthday, like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me. Looks like you were right, officer. Lieutenant taps on his notebook once, as though assigning some kind of point. Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die. I didn't know this was a competition, Kim. It isn't. Police work is a cooperative sport. Physical instrument. There is no challenge without competition. There must be an opponent. Then let the competition be against the world? That's not too conceptual for me. I just like to get the autopsies correct. On the first try, if possible. He makes another note. Where were we? You mentioned his eyes were blue? Yes, light blue. They were like... She stops, her eyes half closed, and continues. Like little blue galaxies. It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing, she takes a drag. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly, and he had a beautiful soft voice, very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak. He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth? Yes, severe. She seems to enjoy the word. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes. Oh, yes, Lieutenant Sully remembers. His hair, if you can remember. It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantite, made it oily, not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. We have not been telling people that we have our third sensory sense yet, and I'm not going to do that now. We might be missing some really important things by keeping it to ourselves, but we're going to, at least at this point. So we're not going to say this. I think we're finished with this line of questioning. Hand the lieutenant back his notes. All right. Lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment. Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. I need to talk to you about your room again. Yeah? The window is new. It is. She moves slightly to your left to check her reflection in it. Lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. He finds the answer unsatisfying. Alright, that's it. Let's return to this later, miss. Why not? I'll be here until 2300 drinking coffee, most likely. Visual calculus. Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was it 42? It's what she said. Yes. Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition. all the swollen indignity of morality. He was 42 years old? Is that how old I am? Where is this going? How old are you? That's where this is going. 45 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath? You wonder. Miss, how old do you think I am? Huh? She leans in closer. How old do I think you are? She's buying time to formulate the best answer. I don't know. 1, 2. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. How old is a newborn cop who doesn't remember he's a cop? I think I'm circa 45. You're not. He's squinting at you. Sure he is. You know, age is just a number. Yes, but for him that number... Yes, but for him that number higher than 45. Wait. This requires scientific measurements. Bring it on. I'm not afraid of the truth. To the laboratorium. Oh, we get another thought. But I don't have a point of experience points. Date of birth generator. Your face looks like it's 58 and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100. Both longer than they ought to be. The day and the century. But for how long, then, has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? I'm tempted to get that. I'm really tempted to get that. Okay, well, let's walk back through the secret... no, we'll walk back up the normal way. Okay, so we're going to confront Titus again. I have a bad feeling about this one. So let me go ahead and get my clothes really quick. What gives me more physical instrument? This. Oh, but we lose to authority. That's another thing I did want. We lose to authority, but this gives me 1 authority? What's my authority is currently balanced. Is that right? Chemistry, conceptualization. What's my hat give me? Reaction speed. That's not going to really matter. +1 authority, +1 suggestion. I'd gain +1 shivers, +1 physical instrument, but lose 2 authority. I'd also regain a suggestion, but lose a conceptualization. I could wear the fair weather T500. That would totally counter. I don't want to see Kim's reaction to me wearing these boots. Not today. So no, we're not going to put those on. What's my current authority? 5. So I'll go down. Oh, right, we lost. And we have something that's taking away authority from me? No, I don't. 1 second. What's going on here? Bonus from thoughts? No, that's encyclopedia. Where are you, authority? Here we go. Okay. Learn skill +1. Oh, I kind of like having the authority with whatchamacallit. -2. That brings us down to a 3. Ah, I don't like that at all. But we would gain even more physical instrument if a confrontation does occur. Let's do this. I'm probably gonna regret this, everyone. Oh, the lights are on now. Nice. Oh, it's past 7. It's nighttime. Nighttime people are here now. Alright, Titus. I'm gonna quick save this one.
It's you again. What is it?
So, I talked to Klage about the tape. And? And nothing. She stands by what she said. That fucking fucker! He stares at his beer for 2 seconds, intently, then turns to you. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. It was dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything. And it didn't change her mind. Dark? Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. He said he'd rape her. He shakes his head in disbelief. Suggestion. Sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about the Hanged Man. This is definitely personal. What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo. How do I want to respond to this? What would Sam say? I want to get across to him. Oh. Sam would say something I think like this, but drop an F-bomb in there to stress the fact that he is wrong. I think 4 would probably do it. If anything, she seemed turned on by the whole door-gunning thing. Yes, in fact, Lieutenant looks at you, then him. I think she thought it was a little funny. Funny. Tess mumbles, his lips barely moving. No good goddamn psycho whore. Alright. He slams his giant fist in the door frame. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking... Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus. Her voice is a bit softer than earlier. Titus rubs his chin with his palm, as if trying to grind it smooth. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen? Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump. What do you guys think? Side physical instrument this time? I think Sam would actually say this. I think he would, right? Sam was single. I think he would say this. You know what I think? Women are crazy, man. You can say that again, Copper. He holds out his giant fist. Right here. Here we go. Bump it hard. Bump it hard. Your fist connects with his. Hard. The slam is audible. You can almost hear the bones ring. Your knuckles tingle life-affirmingly. A flash of pain, like slamming your fist against iron. He is stronger than he looks. And he looks like Ramat Karzai. And now you, Binoclard. His voice is clumsy as he turns to Kim. Lieutenant adjusts his glasses, then extends his curled fist and taps Titan's bruised knuckles. The bond has been formed. Not bad. Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened? I already told you. He puts his giant face in his hands and sighs. We fucking hanged him. There's less gusto in his voice now. His men are growing increasingly silent. Come on, Titus. It's been a long day. I'm tired of running back and forth between you. I can see you're tired too. Why don't you just... You know what? He gets closer. I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, fuck off! He throws his beer can down. Half-Light. This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits. That lying, scamming... We're done! This is over, you understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah. There's a silence in the room. Alan starts saying something, then thinks best not to. Perception. Sight. On the floor, beer drips out of the can. Into a small puddle. No one does anything about it. What is this quiet funeral shit? We need some beers in us. He looks around. Bartender! 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union. Why don't we make it 40, huh? The man shouts from behind the counter. Why don't we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough. 100 beers, now we're talking. Gunlive is up. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager. Electrochemistry. The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they'll be. You know what? Let's warn him. I feel bad about... I originally didn't, but now I feel kind of bad for him. He's being manipulated. Maybe Clage told them? No, I don't think so. There's been so many weird twists, it wouldn't surprise me to see another twist of some sort. Oh, but if I say this, we might give it away that Joyce did talk to us about this. So no, we won't. Do I mention the bullet to Titus? It's evidence. We bagged it. It will be documented. Yes, we'll mention this to him. I just found a bullet in the hangman's head. A bullet, you said? He pats the back of his head. That's mighty curious. Indeed. Mighty. How did it get there? Lieutenant is fixed on Titus. He gives you an indulgent look. Well, there are so many bullets in the world and so many heads. I guess it's only logical at some point one of them bullets had to end up in one of them heads. It's bound to happen again, you know. He taps on his right temple. Just statistically speaking, of course. Did you guys shoot him? Shit! He throws his head back. I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk. Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. Little guy looks you in the eye. Better hope he stays sober. No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him? Before? After? During? She spreads her arms. This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time. Oh! Maybe the bullet was fired by our gun into his head before he was hanged by the girl who's doing drugs, who is a Hardy, who bought our gun and might even have our our information card for all I know. Oh, yeah! And maybe they hanged him to cover up this fact. I think the hanging was a cover-up for the shooting. You know what I think? He raises his finger. I think he was shot in the head as a kid, and his brain grew around the bullet. Around the bullet, man. Alan pinches the root of his nose. That's a good one. Empathy. They're only pretending to enjoy this. Beneath the act, they don't like you knowing this. Don't worry. We'll figure this out sooner or later. Never been worried in my life, lawman. Crosses his hairy arms, having forgotten his beer for a moment. It's not like you blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there. Somewhere. Let's try this. It's a heroic check, so we need... This is a 28%. So we need a 11 or a 10, I think, to pass this. Convince Titus he's being manipulated. Holy crap. Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. One of his boys will, Rhetoric. Just remember, it's about more than Claget. It's about these men in Martinez, their district, their responsibility. Outside in the evening light, ruined and old, shadows lengthen on the pavement. A distant gunshot. That's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim. Huh? The lieutenant raises his brow. He'll get it. Go on. Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you. Got it. He takes out his notebook. Kill you because they don't like you. All because you work for the wrong people. Goddamn right, this is Uniontown. You work for the company, we will kill you. Fuck, Dennis, we don't kill you if you work for the company. Half the harbor works for the company. Work for the wrong company, and they execute you. They just hang you, shoot you, whatever. They can't even remember. It wasn't that, it wasn't... The fat man says with a wheeze. We didn't shoot him. That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the... Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up. The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm. He's on to you. He knows what you're trying to do. Volition, steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo. Turn to Agnes. Or what? You're going to kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason? We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when... He takes a breath, wheezing. Shut up, Angus. He was dead before you hanged him. Fatty. Little guy hits Angus on the back of his head, a loud slap. Say one more thing to the cops and I'll... Dennis! Roars Titus. Stand down or I'll beat you in your head. Theo. He points to the old man. Take your hand off your belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control. The room falls quiet. So quiet you can hear Angus wheeze. Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying. I left it at home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. He grabs his chest. I'm sorry. Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Lizzie snaps at him. Now it's all pointless because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. He? Turns to him. I told you, just give her up. Lizzie. He turns to the fixer. Your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everett. Fine, I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast, she walks off without looking back. Suggestion. What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions. So, who killed the Merc then? Any leads? Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue. What are you thinking? I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his. Hers, you mean. She's got one of those checkered pasts. The shot could have missed. Could have been meant for her. I like that, young boy nods. Been thinking the same thing myself. Oh, you had ideas about his past too? I do. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood probably. Or it could have been someone else from Krenel. He pauses to think. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do, if I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you. Volition. He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away before he... threw all that turmoil away and became himself again. Good. He's thinking. That's what we need him to do. We need him to work with us. We're both here for the same reasons. We want to find out who killed him, and it wasn't this group. Whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers? In a manner of speaking. What do you mean? We had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him, and I liked it. For political reasons, it sent a good message. It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker, the missing 8th Hardy. The big guy steps towards you. Fella, you think too much. Ease off, alright. It's gonna hurt your head. Suggestion. A little too far there, but you're definitely right. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her anyway. You know, it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus. His face sets like concrete. He shakes his head solemnly. We're Hardy Boys. And that's it. You're gonna stonewall me if I ask about her, aren't you? Glad you understand that. That's fine. That's fine. I'm sorry I made you guys fight. Me too. So you didn't kill him. He was already dead. He nods. You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. The bullet in his head. Another nod. Why? 'Cause the girl asked us to. They were in some shit. The girls asked us to. They were in some shit. Wait, what? Did she kill him? Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. He doesn't think she did. Or at least hopes she didn't. What happened Sunday night? Clage came down. He points to the stairs. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. How did you know? I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario, only in reverse. Good analogy, boss. The rat-faced man snickers. You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. He points at him. You're still on the bench, and you keep taking it easy too, Angus. He turns back to you. Endurance, that's okay. With the fat man still wheezing there, he couldn't speak if he wanted to. What happened then? We went upstairs. Sure as day, the merc was dead. And there was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking... He scratches his chin. Dirty sheets and bottles everywhere. Tibbs patched the window, and the corpse... we hanged. Tibbs is not the 8th Hardy. I don't know who... Tibbs is probably one of them, but we probably should ask. Who's Tibbs? The 8th Hardy? Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. Oh, there's a call about that. There's a phone call place. A phone call place. We can... Across the street from the Whirling in Rags, there's a call button. And there's a window... There's a window replacement and or repair place there. Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess. I'm not going to bring up Clage. I'm not going to whisper to Kim. Thank you for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her. For the last time. You do that. He grabs his beer and swirls it in his hand, then thinks of something. Hey, cop! Before you go! Shivers. Suddenly the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers. Circles the Whirling in Rags in a warm column. He looks up. Clage came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection, but... Still, after this headache, you would still prefer it if we didn't take her away. That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers. We'll take that into account. The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. I think I agree with Titus a little bit here. The RCM has done a miserable job, absolutely god-awful job at policing this place, which is why we're both here at the moment. They are the police that the people here will want to work with. Hopefully they'll want to work with us more, as soon as we can get all this cleared up. Do I go upstairs and talk to her? Let's first go... And I think we'll talk to Joyce first. Let's Still did not level. I'm also going to quick save again. Holy crap, I can't believe we made that roll. Wow, we are getting very lucky with some of these high rolls we made. Of course, we're getting unlucky with a few of the low ones, but this overall, I still think we've made more successes than we failed so far. I didn't even have to get all medieval on them. God, this looks absolutely hideous. Hideous. Thankfully, no one seems to care what I wear. No one's going to react to it. At least not yet. I'm not wearing the boots until Kim leaves, and then I can tell him I'll wear all my drama stuff, and I'll tell him that I found who took the boots, and I was just holding on to them. But I'm going to wait to get that corpse sent away with Kim first. And holy crap, it's almost 2100. But I don't have too much longer to play. Let's go and talk to Joyce. I guess everyone, what we'll do is we'll talk to Joyce, we'll get a little more background about the world we live in, and we'll wrap it up when it's just about 2100.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Let's talk about the lynching. Oh, okay. Nope, there's nothing else I can't mention any of that stuff. I've got some more questions about reality. More lessons in basic reality. She seems positively surprised. My favorite part of the day. Go ahead. Ask me anything. Actually, you know what, everyone? Hold on. No. Let's not do this. I can do this later without Kim. While Kim is here, let's go back and talk to Klage again. Sorry, what's going through my head right now is where I want to spend the next experience point. And I'm thinking of either putting it in pain threshold, physical instrument, or esprit de corpse. I'm not sure which one I want it in at the moment, though. It might be very nice to get this up a point. Match it with endurance. And then I think after that level, Windwater, I'll let you pick the next one that we level up. And I don't know where to put the point after this one. It might be nice to increase another thought from our thought cabinet, which might give us additional options and conversations and so on. I do really like the thought cabinet because it's going to steer me in how I play our detective. Yeah, I'm going to try to use all these options whenever I get a chance. I like they either seem to give you small, the penalties are countered by the bonuses that they try to give you. And so far, I think it's pretty balanced so far. I said so far twice there. If I had tried to convince Titus earlier, I might have gotten the rhetoric. Well, no, I don't think I would have passed it. Oops, sorry about that, Kim. Come on. Come with me, sir.
It's always good to see you.
She cracks a weary smile, leaning back against the railing. Empathy. Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being there with you and what's to come. The Hardy Boys told us what really happened. I understand. She puts her coffee mug on the table. Chill, I'm the cool cop, remember? She cracks a weary smile. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I should have known that you'd find out. Why did you waste our time then? Because of the Hardys, I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. She looks at her feet. Out of the shit I'd gotten into. Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law? The Hardy Boys are not the law. We are. I know that. But the people around here, they don't see it that way. And if I'm to stay here, I need to get along with them. Okay. I'm satisfied with this explanation. This is what I literally just was talking about, like 5 minutes ago. I'm not. There is more here, miss. You're right. There's more. More? You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral lantern. She reaches for a new cigarette. What's the RCM's involvement with the moral lantern got to do with this? You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. She lights a cigarette. What's going on? What did you do? Just business. But bad business for some people in Moral Lantern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will... What happens if they do? They will kill me, sir. If you file my name. Take me for questioning. Enter me into Moral Lantern Mill. There's a wince and a pained little smile. Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me. Volition. Nothing to do with her. You'll be the judge of that. Wow, and I just passed that volition check. It helped that I had all of my morale here. What did you do to have these people after you? It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Orange. What exactly did you do? Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers. 2 decades worth of accounting. He taps on his notebook. I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you. The job was Lesduin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Luxcap conglomerate. Conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. Empathy. But she really destroyed them. She still feels it. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Luxcap and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. I think this is the answer we're gonna have to say, because we are indirect modes of taxation, and this seems like that is one of the answers to this. You're right, this is bad. You destroyed what people have built. I'm a destroyer. People lost their jobs, good people, not just C-suite assholes. And the way I got into accounting... She shakes her head at the thought. A lot of people got hurt. she concludes, but that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. Empathy. That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more. What did you do? She looks down, then into your eyes. One of them killed themselves because of me. That's not easy to deal with. How do you deal with anything? It's all just... She looks at you with pleading eyes. How do you do it? By not remembering a single goddamn thing. That would do the trick. Yes. She's almost devoured the cigarette she lit. She looks at it sadly. What happened here the night he died? We were there. She points to the window. The silhouette of the bed is visible. Together. In bed, I mean. Tell me exactly what happened. Okay. She takes a deep breath. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. She breathes out, a moment's silence. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open, dumb. I could... A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it. I knew he was dead, before he fell down on top of me. You don't have to continue if you don't want to. No, I want to. Let's get this done. It's okay. Tell us as much as you're comfortable with. He waits for her to continue. I suspected that he was shot in the mouth while he was sleeping or maybe talking to someone, and it had to be a member of his unit who killed him. But I might be wrong about that. That it might be the girl with my gun who killed him instead. He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor there. She points through the window. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow not to scream. Then I ran downstairs. There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides. Then she continues. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came. Perception. She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails. Your cigarette, miss. Oh. She looks at it quickly and tosses the butt aside. I'm sorry this happened to you. So am I. She immediately proceeds to light another one. What time was this? When did it all happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible. 11:30 to 12:15? I don't know the exact time. Around midnight. That's okay. He makes a note. Were you... I can't pronounce this word. Were you drunk? Not as much as usual. I'm sorry, I guess drugged? He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking. This doesn't fit with the testimony of Titus Hardy. He said she was higher than usual. It doesn't... maybe... She might have done that on purpose to get the Hardy boys to help. Titus said you looked pretty high. Oh. Yeah, she tilts her head. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head. Electrochemistry. Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into this mindset. Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this? No. What did you do then? Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room, downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up through the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there. Empathy. Run, woman. Run past them and out into the street where it's dark and people move, to the lorries at the intersection, as far as you can. Why didn't you run away from here? As a matter of fact, why are you here now? I already ran. I ran from an entire isla. There is... I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets. What happened after you ran downstairs? Sylvie was tending the bar. She looks down. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were all having such a good time. She pauses. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong. Before we continue, who is Ruby? Ruby, you know, the leader. The leader of what? The Hardy Boys. She says it as if it's self-evident. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer. This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others. Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy? Why not? Okay, let's go on. What then? Well, Ruby said, let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower to keep him upright. Perception to mislead you. They were tampering with the body. To produce lividity matching a hanging. Yes, we completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death? Oops, failure. About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood, you know, what it does. I'm sorry, make the blood, you know what it does. She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do? Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely. In the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on, his armor too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I had gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. What did you do while they were hanging him? Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something, so I did. This Ruby. Where is this Ruby now? I don't know. I haven't seen her since. We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys. Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later, because Ruby did it. I'm pretty sure. Volition. There is something suspicious about that theory, but you can't put your finger on it. When did it happen? Did you hear a gunshot? When he was shot? She thinks. I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding. The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot. When was the window changed? Point to it. Last week, Agnes and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it. Oh, Agnes is Titus's brother! You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. In her bedroom inside? Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye. Could the people after you have killed them? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. And? I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week I've tried not to talk to anyone, or be seen with anyone. She looks at her cigarette, so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me. Either way, something to consider. We can't go after Lookscap. Not yet. There are other saner leads. I didn't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there. Why'd you call the cops if you're hiding? Because I'm an idiot. The answer comes first. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort. I don't think so. Why'd you do it? You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him. He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud, thud. She shakes her head. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Revachol. Drama. She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible. I think we're done here, for now. She nods silently. She doesn't even smoke, just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. Lieutenant glances at you, then at the door. He's thinking, are we done here? Volition. Or maybe you should take her to the station. For safekeeping. She lied to you. And she's a flight risk. Drama. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. Volition. Multi-face? I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up with force. If you want to continue pushing her. Alright everyone, I think this is a great time to stop, and here's what I'm going to ask. Well, actually, we can just leave. Kim might want to talk to us. I think this is Volition and me attempting to convince Drama to arrest her and bring her in to the station. I'm not sure if I should do that, but she might be killed, and she might run. Especially since we told her about the secret route. Yeah, see? +1. Discuss secret route. So she knows someone's spying on her. These are things that are going to help us with the drama. But I would want to equip my drama clothes first before I go ahead and try the check. But I'm going to stop here. And I won't record the next one until you guys tell me, should we try to pass this check? And if so, do we bring her in? Let me know, and we'll go ahead and make that attempt. We'll examine the window in the next episode as well. Let's return to this later. And I'll do that as well in the next episode. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to thank you all for watching, and take care, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.